what I'm saying? Real hair, real hair. This is my real hair. Facts. You know what I'm saying? No rewind the time, no rewind the time. This is real hair. Facts. You can ask anybody. Ask my barber. You know what I'm saying? Ask my
Este
barber.
pelo es mío, ¿verdad? Este pelo es mío.
Sí, sí, sí.
Este pelo es mío o no.
Claro que sí, claro que sí.
Este pelo no, no,
No es fake.
no es fac, no es feco,
No,
right?
es real,
No
es
es
real,
feco,
es
es
real.
real, right?
Right?
Hey yo, what up? It's your boy Heck to the tech, to the get that check. What's going on, my people? Yo. Now, I want to touch on something. You heard? I just want to touch on something that I saw on the Fat Joe and the Fat Joe and the Jim Jones show. Know what I mean? Jones crazy. Now check it out. I'm gonna play some of it for y'all. Check it out.
100%. 100%. There's nothing pretty about this lifestyle. I'm not trying to paint a pretty picture. You heard it's a disgusting
I
lifestyle.
ever tell you about the time they tried to force me to get in the gang?
Where you was at?
Never heard that?
No.
Yeah, New York, right here.
They
So
tried-
they come, and I'm already Fat Joe the rapper. Big Pun's already platinum, right? I used to ride my bike through the Bronx every day. So with every corner I usually ride my bike on, they got dudes in every corner. So I said, let me see what these dudes wanted, right? And so I go in, and I get me a Diet Pepsi. By the time I come out, it's 30, 40 of them. Yo, such and such want to talk to you, this and this and that. I said, all right, I get on the phone with them. You got to understand, I got this history. I'm not just a rapper. Like, I was outside. If you were tough.
Now, who is Fat Joe talking about right there? Who's Fat Joe talking about? Is he talking about the Latin Kings? You know what I'm saying? Is he talking about Latin Kings in the Bronx? Is he talking about that they tried to approach him to be a Latin King? Y'all gotta tell me, man. K Solo, where you at, B? You know what I'm saying? Somebody gotta say something. Cause who were the ones trying to get Fat Joe to be a Latin King? Or in the gang? And what was the gang? Who was the gang? You heard?
You was getting money or you was this, I know you. Or if I don't know you, chances are you wasn't getting,
Well,
right?
Hold on, pause. For y'all that don't know, for you newcomers, if you play with Joe, Pun, or any of these Spanish niggas coming up in this game, your ass was getting handed to you, straight up and down. They was walking over and running through you. I didn't care what crew you had, who you was running with, biggest rappers, smallest rappers, they was coming and they was running. They not playing with you, they going over shit, bro. I'm telling you, I watched this on numerous amounts of occasions. Didn't matter how many people you was with, nothing. These Spanish niggas go dumb. All right, cool.
So let me explain this. So they put me on the phone.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? I read a comment that was the funniest comment ever. It was like, two old Boricuas trying to talk over each other. Nah, but shout out to both of them because they're both legends. Both hip-hop legends, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna shit on none of that, you know what I mean? Facts.
They put me on the phone with the boss of bosses or whatever, and I tell them, yo, come to Jimmy's Bronx Cafe, right? So it's me, Pun, Raul, and another one of our guys, you know, the guy he fought his case, he beat his case, that guy, right? We 4 deep. The guy, the boss of all bosses, he come. And he tells me, yo, you know, you two are Latino. Everybody looks up to y'all. We really need, you know, Snoop Dogg is in the allegedly. Suge Knight's in the allegedly. All our kids, we 5,000 deep, and they all saying they want Pun and Joe to be in the Yalla. So I tell them, you see what you...
Okay, so when he said they want Pun and Joe to be in the Yala. He ain't trying to say the gang. He's just saying they want them to be in the gang, right? Now who's this gang? I think it's Latin Kings, right? Latin Kings, cause Latin Kings wanted Pun to be Latin King, right? Right? They wanted Pun to be a Latin King. You know what I'm saying? Now, did they want Fat Joe to be a Latin King? I never heard that before. Never heard that before, Pop. But let's keep watching.
Saying the only reason I'm telling this story right now is because you came with a twist. You said I turned this into a positive, and I'm doing shit for the younger dudes in the community and all. When I asked this guy, all right, what's the prize? Like, who's the illest? He said, that's easy. Such and such. He's doing double life sentence. A human being can't touch him. I said, okay. Now who's the second? Very easy. This guy's in the box for the rest of his life. He's a legend of all legends, right? So now you telling who's a multi-millionaire who made it out of nothing that my grand prize.
He's right. Fat Joe's right. Fat Joe got a point. Fat Joe got a point. You know what I'm saying? Why would you want to be a gang member? Why would you want to be involved in crime when you can make money staying out of jail? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it makes sense. Like, you could stay out of jail and make money. Hey, I'll tell you this much. A lot of people in my family, they made money and they ain't stay out of jail. You know what I'm saying? No. Facts.
Sitting in solitary confinement the rest of my life. I said, do you have a school teacher down with this gang? Nope. Do you have a business owner down with this gang? No. I said, well, I'm about getting money. What the fuck makes you think I want to join the gang? I don't want to join the gang. And no disrespect, I told him, because he kept telling me he got 5,000. That's like, I got 9. And we gonna keep shooting and shooting and shooting and shooting and shooting and if you think you putting pressure on me, we gonna let that shit fly. Legend. Homeboy laughed at me. Dapped me. That was it. That was the one time they tried to recruit me in a gang. So my perspective of it was, how can I join a gang if I'm about getting money? You understand? And the thing about them too, without being disrespectful, is that, you know, this New York City had no gangs.
You notice how he keeps saying without being disrespectful. Disrespectful meaning this gang is really out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? They watching what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, K Solo. You know what I'm saying? And his story with what happened with Fat Joe. You know what I'm saying? When they, you know what I'm saying? When they was about to jump him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? When they was about to jump him in that time. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to K Solo. It's your boy Heck. What up? It's your boy Heck, Bop. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so you notice how he keep, without being disrespectful. Yeah, you gotta say that, because there's a lot of Latin kings still out there. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So Fat Joe gotta show respect. You know what I'm saying? You gotta respect, because the kings are still out there. You know what I'm saying? Still out there, and they watching you, and they know what you're saying, B. Facts. Let's keep playing.
Let's not do that. It always was gangs, Joe.
Yeah, but
Let's break it down, Joe.
Blood, Crips.
No, but in the 70s, there was hella gangs.
A lot of gangs.
Okay, so don't do that, Joe.
Yo, I just want y'all to catch this part right here. When freaking Jim Jones says the Warriors. The Warriors is a freaking video game. The Warriors is a freaking movie that never happened. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the Warriors. He's like, the Warriors. The Warriors. Are you serious? The Warriors was never a real gang. It was just a movie, bro. Hold up.
Oh, let's just say,
But what's the difference, Joe?
it died down. All those guys
The
either
70s
got
died
killed,
down.
went to
But
jail.
but New York is
You're
known
right,
for
you're right.
gang
Yeah, they
culture.
had gangs since day one. right?
Warriors, everything.
We didn't see it in our era.
You heard that? Warriors? Son, I play Warriors on PS2, kid. Are you serious? Like, there was never no real Warriors. Come on, bro. This dude just said Warriors. Bro, if you think Warriors was a real gang, the thing was a big movie and a big video game, but it was never a real gang. Yo.
So my era was all about get money. If I go to Harlem, I know who Blue is. I know who Fritz is. I know who D. Ferg is.
Big
I know
Fritz,
who,
no fair.
I know who all these guys are, right? Even your man to be the Mecca Audio. I knew all of them, right? In the Bronx, I know who the Kudiyaki and all of them. I know Chicky for Southern Boulevard. I know Boy George. I know Pistol P. I know everybody I need.
These are all heavy New York hitters. Every name that
Guys
he
in
just
jail for
mentioned.
10,000 years.
Heavy hitters.
Well, what I'm saying is they all really know Fat Joe, and I know them, right? We was all friends. But what happened is the gang shit started, and everybody started wearing like a shirt, like a new shirt. Say, I don't want to give it a. Let's just say the gang was green shirts. Now,
Green shirts. What are you talking about, Trinitario? Nah, there's no way, because there was no Trinitario back then. You know what I'm saying? So he's really not talking about, you know, he just said he don't want to give it away. So it had to be the Latin Kings, you know what I'm saying? It had to be Latin King. The Latin Kings started to throw him down. Because, you know what I'm saying? I mean, who else? You know what I'm saying? Let's see.
you ever smacked in the back of your neck, or you considered a nondescript, doing a green shirt, and all of a sudden they was somebody.
Yep.
But how you gonna convince a that been putting in that fucking work since he's 14 years old, who ran the neighborhoods with them just fucking skateboarding in, that they tougher than me because they got a green shirt? I don't see the logic. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I never bought in. I was here from the birth of the rebirth of gangs. You're correct. It's a rebirth of gangs. When I was a little kid, you had the Savage Nomads. That's how hip hop started.
Come on, talk
Black
about it.
Spades.
Yeah, come on, talk
You
about
had all the Chingalings.
Talk about it.
And
So the gang culture is not too far removed from what New York is known to be.
no,
throughout the
it
history.
was gangs before our time. Our fathers had to deal with the gangs. Our mothers had to deal with the
All
gangs.
right, so let's get to this. The Block. The Block is a gang too. Like, I'm from 7th and everybody in 7th is with you. That's a gang, bro. Let's.
Man, shut up. That ain't no gang, all right, bro? That ain't no gang, Jim Jones. I got love for you, but yo, the gang culture is in LA, all right? You know what I'm saying? That ain't no real gang on the block. Come on. Stop playing yourself. What? A couple dudes in a projects is a gang? 10 dudes selling drugs in the projects is a gang? Come on, B.
Not do that, Joe. Like this, I love how people paint these pictures in the hood. If you from 7-1 and everybody say I'm from 7-1, there's no difference from a gang.
How about this now? I be watching the young boys on the YouTube, and both my hoods allegedly to the YouTube is fucking Warren. From Forest
To across the
Washington.
street.
No, these are both places.
No, anyway. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, you know what I'm saying? So, what's Fat Joe talking about? We're talking about the Latin Kings approaching him to be a Latin King. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tell me, man. You know what I'm saying? And look, this is my real hair. This ain't no rewind of time. This ain't no Rewind of Time, Tony Sunshine. You know what I'm saying? This is my real hair, B. Like, this is my real hair. I got hair, B. I got, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't use no Rewind of Time. I don't use that Fat Joe stuff or nothing. I just got a haircut. You know what I'm saying? Facts! For you haters out there. Get out of here! You heard? Get the hell out of here. What are you talking about? Anyway. Yo, can you believe it? So what Fat Joe was saying is that Latin Kings approached him. They wanted him to be down with the gang. You know what I'm saying? Down with the gang. And he said no. Which I agree with him 100%. 100% I agree with him. Because if he would have been down with a gang, then he wouldn't be successful and rich like he is right now. He would have been in jail. You know what I'm saying? He would have been locked up. He would have been locked up. He would have been locked up or dead. So I agree with Fat Joe 100%. I agree with Jim Jones 100%. I mean, Jim Jones is a blood, you know what I mean? Shout out to Jim Jones, but you know, Jim Jones is not really a gangster, I don't think. You know what I'm saying? He not really, you know what I'm saying? He ain't really a gangster. Like, I don't think so. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Not really gangster. I mean, I like his music and stuff like that, but he just remind me like a, you know, like a 6ix9ine type of dude. You know what I'm saying? But Fat Joe, different story. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I understand where you're coming from. I understand. And he was down with Big Pun and Terror Squad and that, and they came to him. You know what I'm saying? Of course. They wanted him to be down with the Latin Kings. But Fat Joe, I'm tell you something about Fat Joe. All right? Something about Fat Joe. He's a very, very smart man. He was just out for that bread and to live better. He grew up in the projects, and he just wanted to live a good life. You know what I'm saying? But he noticed there was a lot of haters. You know what I'm saying? Too many haters out there. You know what I'm saying? That want to take you out. You know what I mean? And he grew up in a place where there's too much poverty. He had no choice but to get out. He had to get out. He had to get out. You know what I'm saying? He had no choice. He had to get out. He had to be like, yo, I got to find a way to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be in jail. I'm not going to get locked up. I don't want to be locked up forever. I just got to get out of here somehow. Facts! Your boy Hack to the tech to get that check. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And, yo, go to my boy's barbershop. Because look at it. Look at this. This ain't no Rewind of Time. This is my real hair, B. This is my real hair. All right? This is my real hair, kid. What? You think I'm lying? This is my real hair, son. Facts! If you think I'm lying, drop a comment. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Y'all know I got hair, son. I ain't Fat Joe. Ah!